Skinny guys can gain 30 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks. I'm Cameron Cox, starting strength coach, head coach and owner here at the Strength Club Gym in Charleston, South Carolina. We've been running an ad to help skinny guys, sharing our testimonials of how our skinny clients gain 20 or 30 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks. And we've been getting a lot of comments from the haters chirping up saying, that's impossible, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. We're going to give the haters something in a later video, but today, what I want to do in a sincere way is speak to the guys who don't understand how that's possible, but are curious. You know, I'm a coach. My job is to help people. So, you know, we'll have skinny guys approach us. You know, they're smaller guys. They don't like the way they look. They don't like the way that they feel. They feel like they're not taken seriously because of their thinner, smaller stature. So, you know, what we do, we put them on our simple program. We teach them to lift, we teach them to eat, and it's very normal for them to gain 20 or 30 pounds in the 12 weeks. If they follow instructions, if they lift like they should, if they eat like they should. Our program is very simple. It's just 4 exercises. You're going to squat, you're going to deadlift, you're going to bench press, and you're going to overhead press. You're going to lift 3 days a week. We're going to add 5 pounds of workout, 10 pounds of workout. And after we repeat that process over the course of 12 weeks, it's not unusual for a guy to come in and he squats 75 pounds, 85, 95 pounds on his first workout. But at the end of the 12 weeks, he's squatting over 225, right? Similar results on the other lifts. But where the skinny guys have a problem, and where what actually makes this progress possible, is their eating. Every skinny guy that I talk to, for the most part, says, I eat so much. But once we start tracking, once we actually quantify what he's eating on a daily basis, it'll come out to 1,200, 1,500 calories. So what we do is we teach him how to eat. We teach him, hey man, if you want to put on size, if you want to put on muscle, you're going to have to eat 3,000 calories a day. You know, if you're 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 3,000 calories. If you're 5, 9, 10, probably 3,500. If you're 6 feet tall or more, you're probably going to have to do 4,000 calories a day. But by mastering the eating, by eating the right amount of calories, by doing the right amount of program, by doing the right program, when we take your squat from 75 to 95, 135, 185, 225, you know, when we make that kind of progress with the weights, that progression in the weight is going to force your muscles to grow. It's going to force your body to adapt. And when we give ourselves the adequate nutrients, the adequate protein, carbs, and fats, the adequate calories, it's going to facilitate that muscle growth. It's going to facilitate that size. Now, obviously, it's not going to be pure muscle. It's going to be anytime anybody gains weight, there's going to be a little bit of fat involved. But at the end of that 12 weeks, you're going to have much, much more muscle and a little bit of fat, but you're going to look much bigger. You're going to be much stronger. And that is the foundation for continuing on this journey. Now, it's a sad fact, a lot of skinny guys fail to do that because they just have such a hard time eating. But if you commit to the eating, if you commit to the training, if you follow the instructions and do what we say, we have guys in here all the time gain 20, 30 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks, not a big deal. So, you know, if you're the type that thinks that's not possible, we just shared how we do that. You got to lift weights, you got to do the basic barbell exercises, you got to add weight every workout, and you got to push it with the food. Most skinny guys are defeated by a little fork. They refuse to eat. It makes their belly hurt. It's not comfortable. Well, the same way that your muscles get stressed under the bar, your digestive system is going to get stressed as you eat. But the more you do it, the more your body gets used to it, the more it's going to drive that progress. So it's super simple, super easy. 30 pounds, 20 pounds of body weight in 12 weeks. We do it in here all the time. If you're a skinny guy who needs help, wants to put on some size and muscle, give us a call, the Strength Club Gym, Charleston, South Carolina. Appreciate y'all coming. God bless.